Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to what might be the single coolest location in every single Mass Effect game. We are on the side of a custom-built ship which survives by riding its way through a potential lightning storm. It draws its energy from the thunderstorms, and it's permanently in this sunset thunder zone in the middle of a massive lightning. It's so cool. I've just done a full 360. I've spent a good 30 seconds doing this intro because this is the coolest location ever. I don't know if I mentioned this episode or last episode or the episode before that or whatever. Turns out I might slightly like the Lair of the Shadow Broker DLC. But yes, last episode we came here to Hugalaz, to the Shadow Broker's ship, in order to track him down once and for all. This episode, boink. Oh, I guess there are enemies around because that sounds like that's making them some scary noises. Pull! It's annoying that pull doesn't really pull them up that much, because so as we saw briefly last episode, if you are able to get an enemy high enough in the air with biotics, they will be pulled backwards and struck by lightning and killed. And it doesn't take that much. They only need to be about, 2 or 3 meters above the surface, and that's enough for it to trigger. We also have these lightning bastards, which when we shoot them do a free arc projector through anyone who is nearby, which counts as me there, which is, fair, irritating, but fair. And yes, so this will probably be... Ow! I did it again. It gives you a good chance to... I have no idea. It takes their armor and health and stuff down. I do that occasionally when I'm Let's Playing. I start talking a sentence where I'm like, and this is the reason why, and then I kind of catch myself and I'm like, wait, what am I actually saying? That's going to kill me. Ow! Okay, it turns out... Right, that's worth knowing, actually. The capacitors don't actually do health damage to me. They only bring my shields down and stop my shields from regenerating. That's really good to know, because that one would have absolutely killed me. Can totally kill the enemies, though. That's worth knowing. So it can do health damage to them, but not us. I'm not sure I feel great about that. Oh, no, balls. Ow. That's the issue with not using L targeting and just spraying randomly with a fucking SMG, that occasionally, yes, you'll hit the lightning, which is problematic, to say the least. Yes, I do. It's up there labelled Rod Controls. I guess those bits on the map, they're probably solar panels, actually, from the way they're angled towards the sun, because obviously we are sailing in the position that the ship is. It's permanently in this sunset region. So.
Not even a guardrail. I bet the broker's agents love patrolling the hull. At least the view is nice.
I mean, you're not wrong there. But yeah, since it's facing the back, I wonder if there's my logic would be to put solar panels on those, because they're always going to be facing the sun, because you're in this permanent kind of like sunset region. I wonder, can we do that on Earth yet?
There. That hatch leads directly to the communication signals.
We'll discuss that in a second.
It's locked. Hang on, I've got a bypass shunt program that can crack it.
How long will it take?
I don't know, Shepard. I've never broken into the Shadow Broker's base before. Well, not this one anyway.
So, here you now need to defend the hatch, and you get enemies coming from alternate sides.
Sure that shunt is working?
It's illegal even on Ilium. It didn't come with a warranty.
But you tested it, right?
Here come more of them.
Tell me you tested it.
One of the things this DLC also does fantastically is the interplay between Shepard and Lair is really cool, because there's quite a few scenes like during combat or like during, say, like the taxi chase a couple of episodes ago and stuff like that, where Shepard talks without any intervention from the player, which is not unheard of, but it is rare.
I'm sure it won't be much longer.
Remember the old days when you could just slap Omnigel on everything?
That security upgrade made a lot of people unhappy. Look out, more on the way.
It's certainly you have quite a few, as I say, moments where you can't interject with Shepard, and they managed to get the sassy interplay between Shepard and Lair, at least in my experience, really right. Like, it's really genuinely well written and amusing. No, what I was going to say is I wonder if... I assume commercial airplanes don't go quite fast enough to stay ahead of the dark or light, as in you couldn't get to the sunset zone on Earth and stay in a plane that then keeps you on the sunset permanently. I suspect we can do it. I don't think passenger airliners probably can't quite do it. Depends how fast the Terminator moves. To clarify, the Terminator is the technical... Oh shit, where's the front of the ship? That's the front of the ship. The Terminator is the technical term for the day-night line. So here we are staying permanently within the Terminator, which is exactly how the ship is functioning, by basically hiding in planets like this have thunderstorms permanently at the Terminator region, and oh, she's stasis that one, and that's kind of where we're hiding at the moment. I don't know on Earth how fast the Terminator moves, so how fast you could realistically keep up with it. I suspect it will be faster than... It'll probably be about the speed of sound. I think it's something in the area of like 800-900 miles an hour. Commercial jets go like 550, so then it won't quite make it, but obviously we have planes that go a shit ton faster than commercial jets.
They're disorganized. They'd be more effective if they all attacked at once.
Please don't give the mercs ideas.
So now it throws you some from the left again, and then it'll throw you some from the other side again, so it's nice and balanced in that sense. I should switch to my sniper for a bit and do a little bit more damage, because I'm on 57 shots with the Locust. This is the closest I've ever come to actually running out of ammo with the Locust, so might as well use it up while I've got the chance. And let's hit you. Yeah, that'd be so cool to be in a plane that's just like matching the speed of the sunset, and so it's just permanently extended out in front of you. Though I suppose that's kind of what solar sailors do, like those big planes which use solar power, but they don't stay in the sunset region, they stay obviously in the sun region, so that they can permanently charge their cells without having to like charge them.
Give them tactical advice.
But now there'll be fewer left to deal with inside.
Yeah, keep dreaming to something.
It's weird to hear Shepard refer to Lair as Sony. That doesn't happen that often. I think we've got another couple up here. I wasn't sure I was going to hit him, but I was definitely sure that if I... Ooh. Oh, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make that shot through the thing. Yeah, I figured if I missed him, I'd hit the capacitor anyway, and that's basically the same as having hit them, so... Boop! Let's give you a little pull. Well, she didn't get pulled into the light. Oh! Oh! There's a lot going on here. A lot of, like, I feel like at least 3 or 4 people just then got pulled into the lightning. Jesus, a lot went on there. I'm actually going to have to switch to the pistol just because I'm running real low on ammo here. I guess it's because I'm not really moving around at all. This section is clearly, you're supposed to move around a little bit more, but honestly, between... God, I'm really actually... It's hard combat, I'm telling you. Because I've used a lot of... Not Omnigel, what's it called? Medigel. Ah, the hatch is open. Wonderful. I've used a lot of Medigel. I've run fairly low on ammo. To the point where I've had to switch to the pistol, so it has challenged me, which is good this late in the game. Challenged me without becoming stale, which is great actually, because I've complained about that in this game, that sometimes it's just like, the harder combat just takes longer but actually isn't challenging. This has been fun. Usual comments about non-atmospherically sealed suits go there, like their faces just covering their mouth. It's like, if this atmosphere isn't pleasant, or if it's low pressure or something like that, that would be really hurting your eyeballs and your face around now. Anyway. Yeah, I'm with Shepard on this one. There are still a fucking shit ton of guards inside here, but it seems to have entirely regenerated my ammunition, which is nice. This mission is just, it is so much fun. It's really, I was just, basically, the reason I went, it's because I looked at my time over there. I've been doing Lair at the Shadow Broker for an hour and a half, at least, roughly. I'm estimating because my current recording time is 3 hours 10 minutes because, as I say, I started this recording session with starting Treason, so it's obviously been quite a long one, and Mass Effect has been particularly bad, I suppose, for having a fairly poor recording time to playtime ratio. Like, these last few episodes have been great. There won't be much cut from these because I'm just doing missions pretty much as written, but certainly like some of the more side quest heavy stuff with visions and stuff like that, I think currently... Well, I suppose I should have mentioned this. At this point, well, actually considerably before this point, when I started the first Treason episode, Mass Effect is now my biggest series, in terms of number of episodes. Before this, my record was 52 episodes for Paper Mario, followed closely by 51 from Twilight Princess. This, we're on 58? Maybe 59 now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 58, I think this is, if I've counted properly. Oh, that's a real flashbang and a half. Has that knocked me out of cover? Absolutely has. So yeah, we're on way more episodes than that. So in terms of strict number of episodes, this is much bigger than even Paper Mario. But the interesting thing is it's not longer in terms of time. I guess Paper Mario had a lot more episodes that were over 20 minutes, because when at least compared to the time when they were both on 52 episodes.
I've downloaded the ship's layout. We're headed toward the prison block. And Ferran.
At 52 episodes, Mass Effect had 18 and a bit hours of footage recorded, whereas at that same point, at 52 episodes, not even counting the gigantic bonus episodes, Paper Mario had 22 hours or something like that, so it's about 3 to 4 hours more over the same number of episodes. But as you may have noticed, Mass Effect is far from finished, and we're probably talking more in the... Oh, you've been stasis. We're probably talking well into the 70s of episodes. Well, if we're on 58 now, only 12 more episodes would bring us into the 70s, and I think there are that many episodes at least still in it, so... My current estimate, I believe, based on my notes, is 76 episodes. I'd be curious to see how that compares to the actual final total, but it's going to be huge. But I'd be interested to see if by that point that should have also overtaken, especially with the big episodes like the last few have been, that should overtake Paper Mario is also my longest in terms of time. But anyway, we have a door to bypass.
Ferran.
Liara?
Hold on. We're getting you out of here.
No.
Ferran.
I thought this looked too easy.
This chair plugs into the broker's info network. You have to shut off the power. Pull me out now and my brain cooks.
Do you know where we can cut the power?
It won't be easy. You'll have to go to Central Operations.
What's the point of this cage?
I don't...
It's a neural grounding rod. The medical equipment is to make sure he doesn't expire. We have to shut this place down.
Where did the broker get the mercs?
Raised his own private force. They're completely
Shepard, we really don't have the time.
What do you know about the broker?
He did this to me.
I was hoping you'd know what he is.
I never got a good look, but he's big. The guards are terrified of him.
A Krogan?
I don't know, but not everyone who visits his office comes back out.
Tell us where to go.
Central Operations is down the hall. You know the Shadow Broker's waiting for you, right?
I'm counting on it.
We'll be back for you, Ferran.
I'll try not to go anywhere.
I want all teams to outpost C.
Seeking.
Wow, that's interesting. The first, I guess we kind of not thought about it at this point, but we don't really know much about what the Shadow Broker is. Certainly, like, if you read a lot of the stuff around Mass Effect, like the codex entries within the game and stuff like that, there's actually speculation that the Shadow Broker isn't a person. It's like, there are theories about that, like Shakespeare has that theory, and various... Well, artist is a bit more different, but there's theories that Shakespeare was a pen name used by a group of people who all did like similar bits of writing. And similarly, there's theories that the Shadow Broker is multiple individuals because it's such a huge empire. How could one person realistically attempt to kind of manage all of that stuff? And we don't really know much about what he is. Artists I was going to mention, but they're actually a bit more difficult. There's sometimes there's a wounded Shadow Broker agent. How did that even happen? But yeah, sometimes artists did work as kind of like workshops. Certainly early on, like pre-Renaissance times, it wasn't uncommon for an artist to have a workshop that would churn out quite a lot of stuff, which would have the artist's name on it, but obviously there's a lot more. It's not just that artist, it's just that their workshop. Like Michelangelo, like, it wasn't uncommon with sculptures. Correct me if I'm wrong here, because I know I definitely have viewers who know shit about sculpture from having spoken to them. that like Michelangelo's, his workshop would churn out quite a few things and they'd all be given his name, but obviously he may have had more or less influence into different ones, so it's kind of hard to tell. But certainly, yeah, it's a relatively widespread, if I don't know how supported it is, theory that Shakespeare is multiple people writing under a kind of like group pseudonym almost, and then an actor plays Shakespeare himself if he's needed to actually physically do anything, but maybe he's not the main thing. Anyway, conspiracy theories aside,
You're from the drill. Reckless, even for you, Commander.
That bombing on Ilium wasn't exactly subtle.
Extreme, but necessary.
No, it wasn't. Neither was caging Ferran for 2 years.
Dr. Tassoni, your interference caused all this. Ferran betrayed me when he handed you Shepard's body. The drill is simply paying the price.
Someone was bound to come after you for working with the Collectors.
It was a mutually beneficial partnership. Your arrival is convenient. The Collector's offer still stands.
It'll be pretty hard to run a base this size with no crew.
They're replaceable. Your arrival is barely an interruption. Enough talk. My operations are too crucial to be compromised by a traitor.
You're quite confident for someone with nowhere left to hide.
You travel with fascinating companions, Doctor. I'm surprised the Justicar came to Sony, considering her unfortunate business on Omega.
You're not putting a hand on anyone.
It's pointless to challenge me, Asari. I know your every secret, while you fumble in the dark.
Is that right? You're a Yogg, a pre-spaceflight species quarantined to their homeworld from massacring the Council's first contact teams. This base is older than your planet's discovery, which probably means you killed the original Shadow Broker 60 years ago, then took over. I'm guessing you were taken from your world by a trophy hunter who wanted a slave. Or a pet. How am I doing?
And now begins the battle with the Broker himself, and boy is he a freak! First focus on taking down his shields and just stripping away layers like you do. Once you get him down to armor, at least for me, it becomes a lot easier because I'm much better at armor than anything else. We can have Lair warp, except we can't because she's not ready. I can incinerate though, and I can shoot myself quite a lot.
The shield's kinetically sensitive. Energy and projectiles are bouncing off.
We do this the hard way.
Oh, love this. Wallop! So now we have to do it all again, except he's got a physical shield this time. And I guess I'll talk at this point about his comment to Samara. So he makes a comment about any squad mate you bring with you. He has something about that thing. Like, for example, if you bring Garrus, I know he says, you brought Archangel with you. That's great. The bounty on him still stands to be recovered. I'm going to use Infiltrator's Cloak to get the fuck out of here. That can be a really handy one in this if we're just moving somewhere safer while you get a better shot on him, because he absolutely cannot follow you while you're doing that. What he said to Samara, don't dwell on it too much, because that's actually technically spoilers. I guess they don't have different versions of that depending on how far you are in the game. Because that's actually referencing the events of Samara's loyalty mission, which obviously haven't happened yet. He's vulnerable. Wallop!
shield again. I've got an idea.
In case you hadn't noticed as well, he's kicked Samara out of the room, so you only have Liara for this whole fight. But no, I have to say at this point as well, this is, I'm happy enough to say, the best designed, gameplay-wise, boss fight in the entire Mass Effect series over all 3 games. Because it has like clearly defined phases, you never feel like it's too struggling, but it has different things to activate. You're not just shooting at him until he dies. Like it's about stripping layers away, and then you have to run in and melee him, and then he brings the shield out and stuff like that. Like it feels very different at different parts, and it's a really well designed boss fight, which Mass Effect is largely lacking. Like a lot of, especially, see, Cerberus can't save you now. Good lord. Especially in like, yeah, just wow. Anyway, my thoughts aside, great boss fight. Let's finish it. Wallop!
Shadow Broker, this is Operative Murad. We've had a momentary connection failure. Can you confirm status?
Operative Shaw requesting update. Are we still online?
Shadow Broker, I've lost our feed. We're online and awaiting instructions.
This is the Shadow Broker. The situation is under control. We experienced a power fluctuation while upgrading hardware. It disrupted communications momentarily.
However, we are now back online. Resume standard procedures.
I want a status report on all operations within the Nexus of the day.
Shadow Broker out.
Goddess of Oceans. It's you. You... How?
Well, everyone who's ever seen him in person is dead. So,
You're the new Shadow Broker.
Is taking over as the Shadow Broker really a good idea?
it was either that or lose everything. His contacts, his trading sources, those will really help us. With the Shadow Broker's information network, I can give you...
I'll check the power systems.
It's over. It's finally... For 2 years.
It's all right.
It's been 2 years. I don't... We're different people. You have your mission, and for now, we need to figure out our options. No safeguards or user restrictions. It's like he never anticipated anyone but himself being here. And it's all ours.
What kind of information are we talking about?
I'm not sure. I'll need to go through his files. Come back later and I'll try to have something useful for you. All I wanted was to rescue Ferran, but Is it wrong that part of me wants this? With the Shadow Brokers network, I can help you. Maybe I can turn this operation into something better.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Come by when you have a chance. The doors are always open.